Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2012. And I had a great night last night. I had a talk with a friend. Um, and what I was going over were some lectures that I have recently uh, watched on YouTube by John David Ebert on Toynbee Huntington, historian Toynbee. And he mentions how one of his fruitful ideas, Toynbee's ideas, was about the internal and external proletariat. And the basic ideas that are working in my mind have to do with Joseph Campbell's vision of three or four basic archetypes of the yogi or Buddha that sits in contemplation. The Job character, which, the way I'm interpreting it, is that it brings together Zoroastrian, Gnostic, Jewish, Christian, and Muslim perspectives of the world, in which one hates the dark elements, hates the evil. And then the Promethean archetype, which has to do with the fire theft, the story of the fire theft, and Prometheus being completely unconcerned with what the Godhead, or Zeus, thinks about it. And the fire being the inspiration to create and become fully aware and conscious of one's creations. And then the fourth is one of the wandering sage. So I've been working with that, which is unrelated to Toynbee. Though Toynbee influenced Campbell, and as Ebert explains, it has to do with the separation, initiation, and return. So Toynbee influenced Campbell that way, with that idea, he feels, Ebert feels. And Toynbee's idea has to do with the development of civilization and how, as Ebert explains it, I'm integrating all this stuff at the same time, trying to bring it all together into a single cohesive vision. And I may be doing it a disservice by doing so. However, I've got to process the information as I get it, as I can. So Toynbee says that it's a challenge and response. So the environment challenges a group of people, and a minority of creative individuals thinks of a response that's effective, and then the majority mimic or imitate that response collectively together. And being that it is a environmental challenge, everybody experiences that challenge together, and so what works works. And so it doesn't matter that it comes from just a few creative individuals. It works, and so the whole group comes together under that one rubric to resolve or to respond to the challenge. And I'm interested also in Ebert's statement of Nietzsche's, of the concept of difficult circumstances. No. Tough circumstances breed tough people. So, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, kind of deal. And I think Ebert, somewhere in his lectures, links these two concepts loosely. Anyway, I've been talking with a friend of mine, and I was trying to share these ideas with him. However, in my view, what I was observing was something that Carl Jung dedicated his life to find out. At a certain point, he realized, at a certain point of his development, he realized he needed to find out what myth he lived by. And this is also in another one of Ebert's lectures. And it became poignantly clear to me years ago, because Campbell understood this importance and actually wrote about it as well. You know, trying to discover what myth we live by. It came to me that, you know, if you looked at Campbell's work, it spoke for itself as to the myth he was living by. Now, Campbell made something very clear. He said somewhere, I think in his biography, it's recorded, that he didn't like biographies. And obviously he was really into mythical stories and mythologies as a mythologist himself. So the renditions we tell ourselves about the world, however factual or however many facts they integrate, are still only a story we tell ourselves, a working hypothesis, as it were. And my friend, as I was talking to him, I was trying to describe to him how Toynbee, in his recording of history and his rendition of his perspectives and ideas, were reflective of the myth he lived by. And the point that I was trying to make was that, can we assimilate actual factual truths in life through the story or the myth we're living by? And I tried to describe to my friend that the myth is this prism that we see through, and on the outside is the world and the facts and things as they are. So things as they are interpreted through the myth we live by, the story we tell ourselves. And the story we tell ourselves needs to be able to interpret the facts as they are to us. And we may find at certain points that the myth we live by is no longer capable of assimilating and integrating whole swaths of reality.